Service Commission, third-party deductions, what should be paid to allow our teachers to be treated in the 832 facilities in this country, service providers, is done. Kenya National Union of Teachers has formed a technical committee to look into the stagnation of teachers in various job groups. And I want to assure you, the next CBA must be a policy CBA that shall not allow stagnation. I told you, the mistake in the last CBA, which had monetary value, was where the administrators were viewed to have much more work than other teachers, so that C1 to C3 could even remain in those grades forever. We are saying that SRC must conduct a fresh analysis, job evaluation, and we are telling them teachers are the same. At one point, I really got amazed when some teachers were referring to themselves as we classroom teachers. Is that not the song? We classroom what? Teachers. And my question at one point, can you tell me who is a bathroom teacher? We are all classroom teachers. And teachers are congruent, I want to tell you. Teachers are the same. The work that a head teacher does in a school and the deputy head teacher can equally be done by that teacher who is not a head in that school in the absence of the head and the deputy head teacher. So we've come up with a proposal and we have presented that to Teachers Service Commission. I want to say here, ladies and gentlemen, that the commission, we are insisting that the commission should promote teachers using the existing policy guidelines. And when it comes to promotions, this is not our duty, but we shall extend a hand. We must lobby parliamentarians to make sure that the allocation for promotions is in support of our quest. We cannot sit back there as trade unionists and allow Teacher Service Commission to do it on its own. Last time, and this is why we had minimal promotions, Teacher Service Commission had requested for 2.1 billion, what was given at 1.1 billion. But we are telling them, it is your duty to look for money. For us, we shall only help in lobbying. It is not our duty. Go look for money. And we want our teachers promoted because stagnation is a big disease that has demoralized our teachers all this other time. Ladies and gentlemen, in the line of promotions, we said, and Ndingo said it here, hii mambo ya B5 lazima tumalize. Are we there? The lowest grade for a teacher in an institution should be C1. C1. So that we move ahead without stagnating until not D1. Not D1. Get me correct. Do you know primary school teachers don't go beyond D1? When I was in Mombasa last year, Kepsha paraded teachers, sat with Teacher Service Commission and agreed. We're also telling them, I want to repeat, that the advertisements for promotions in responsibility positions, and TSC, I want you to listen. Let us advertise promotions that are available in our sub-counties. Yes. We shall not accept delocalization through the back door. Because a teacher is promoted to headship here and posted to Kilifi. You know what delocalization did to our families. I don't want to go far, but we'll mention that some of our families are strangers in them. You know a stranger in a family? That was because of delocalization. Are we there? So we are insisting that if we want to declare vacancies, those vacancies to be filled must be within our sub-counties. So that a teacher in sub-county school A proceeds to be promoted in a school in the same sub-county. Are we there? Because there is a vacancy. The idea of promoting Mwalimu X and then taken to work in Kilifi from QSO, that is delocalization that we've gone past. Next term to ask you to act. Assignment of duties is not acting. Because any other person can be assigned duty. An assignment of duties has no time to say that it cannot go past. Acting in the best labor practice must be for 6 months. Not more than 6 months. And you qualify to be confirmed in that position. We are also moving ahead very fast, and I told you about SRC with job evaluation. The career progression has caused stagnation. And my team, the technical team, is reviewing the career progression guidelines with Teacher Service Commission, so that what is expected shall cause a lot of benefits for the teachers. SRC, we must take into account that Teacher Service Commission is the employer. Is that not so? When we come up with a CBA agreement, it is faulty to have SRC to dictate what a teacher should be paid. The role of SRC in law is to advise. But when you dictate, you are going beyond your mandate as a commission. Together with Teacher Service Commission, the employer, we are teaming up to give SRC proposals within their mandate, so that we are also free as representatives of teachers, and the employer is also free to have a free hand in what the employee should actually earn. One serious mandate of the Teacher Service Commission is to employ teachers and post them. But the scenario is changing now, where are employing teachers? What is the role of members of parliament? To legislate, isn't it? Oversight and legislation. Wanaita, you come to my home, and I will fill the form. Then the forms are distributed in a baraza. Teacher Service Commission. When you allow any other person to employ teachers, those teachers will not respect you. They will not. Even the interns that were running around school, go back and teach. Some of them did not go because TSC, Mheshimiwa so and so. Ladies and gentlemen, it is also clear, and I want to repeat here, and we mean it, hii kazi tutafanya. Those teachers who graduated as P1s, and then I don't have any business calling the naysayers, because the eyes have it. Ladies and gentlemen, it is important that we review, and we have made Sawdust tafadhali. Do you know I want to teach this branch. Now, Bwana Treasurer of the branch. Treasurer, the time that nobody has time to think about much of what is in the report. You get? Manake soda imekuja. Then a branch executive secretary. Look at that ladder. Okay? Then I became NUC member, Assistant Secretary General. Solidarity. Yes, sir. Solidarity. Forever. Just as I was coming to QSO, this one we must share. In the new CBA, had to staff. Yes. Those who are working in QSO have volunteered because this is a field, isn't it? And a field, right from the global perspective, I feel like this one is a football field. The grass should be green. This is total hardship. This is total hardship area. And you know, to declare a place a hardship area, it is not about the union. It is not about Teacher Service Commission per se, but it shall be given a multi-sectoral approach. Are we there? Yes. In this game, the Ministry of the Treasury must come in, and other agencies to declare it a hardship area. But for us, our focus is QSO is a place of total hardship. That is the position. So allow us to accelerate this. What was captured in your report that I want to conclude with is transfer of teachers. Teacher Service Commission, and I don't want to say tafadhali, transfer is a right of a teacher. It is within your right to apply for transfer and go for transfer. You know, even after 2 people have written to Teacher Service Commission that they want to swap, I think one thing that TSC looks at is imbalanced staff. If somebody has applied for a swap and there is a swap partner, what is your problem? Can you tell us? If this was a solo transfer, you would have said there shall be understaffing there, isn't it? But the swap mate is there. So and so TSC number, with myself TSC number. I've agreed to swap. Sasa una shida gani? What is your problem? Can we effect transfers because it is within the right of the teacher? And more so, a swap transfer is very direct. Very direct. Transfer on medical grounds. Unataka mwalimu akufe? Do you want the teacher to die? Whether that will cause understaffing in an institution, humanly, you should see to it that a sick teacher cannot serve properly in that place because of reasons. The big reason is the state of health of the teacher. If the teacher undergoes serious medical conditions, and then you don't want to transfer, are you human? Are you human? Some teachers will be required to have procedures next to very big health centers. Why don't you put them there? Our interest is to safeguard the well-being of the teacher. Talk of insecurity. If a teacher is not secure wherever he or she teaches, does the teacher have a peace of mind to continue working? Then what are you waiting for? These cases, as genuine as presented, should be acted upon. Wapi TSC? Wenzake wako? I hope he has not run away because I was coming to this. Ladies and gentlemen, let us make sure that we safeguard the interest of teachers in this profession. Matters health, matters security. If a teacher is not secure, unamwacha hapo kwa nini? Do you want this teacher to die? And you know the levels of insecurity that we have, isn't it? Some of them, for us men, you know, I don't want to say, you know. Please take me away very fast before my neck is gone. It could be a mistake, but I'm not ready to repeat the mistake. Take me away. Kosa si kosa. Kosa ni kurudia nini? That is where we are. These are the issues that we must address with Teachers Service Commission squarely. Somebody says that KNUT has gone to bed with TSC. Which bed is this? Is it your bed? On a serious note, we shall continue addressing issues of teachers squarely with the employer and have them. I want to thank you, teachers of QSO, for listening to the voice of reason, and you're back to school. You know too well that the key issues that we are going to address, we have addressed with the employer, up to and including having money in your pocket. Regardless of how much, iko hata shilingi moja. One time, we got 2%. This must have been 2000 and what? Was it 202? Tulipata 2%. And we still went back. We must safeguard the position of the teachers, and we must have a working force that is very professional. Teaching is a call, and no single government can pay teachers a salary commensurate to the work that we do. Ladies and gentlemen, I have spoken. I told the secretary of this branch that I was going to speak for only 10 minutes.
I'm sincere to say thank you for coming. You have made us proud before our boss. We have seen that the teachers of QSO are united, loving, and people, teachers who are concerned with the welfare of the teachers. God bless you.
Thank you very much, members of the Fourth Estate. Ladies and gentlemen, officials of Kenya National Union of Teachers, today, the 31st of August 2024, is a branch of the Kenya National Union of Teachers. This is a day of annual general meeting where all teachers of QSO have gathered today to listen to a report of the branch executive committee. As the Secretary General, Kenya National Union of Teachers, I came in to grace this important occasion for this branch. Now, we have addressed several issues with our teachers, and the key issues in our address was about the strike that we had to withdraw the notice. And from our explanation, and from the explanation of the leadership of this branch, teachers are satisfied that Kenya National Union of Teachers was not only right, but very wise to take the position. Not right, not only right, but also is being wise. So we decided to withdraw the strike notice based on the fact that the issues that we addressed with Teachers Service Commission, 90% have conclusively been addressed. The elephant in the house was failure by Teachers Service Commission to implement the second phase of the amended CB. Teachers have confirmed, and the officials here can also attest to this, that each and every teacher has received the arrears for the month of July in terms of remuneration and house allowance, and the salary for the month of August also augmented to reflect the new CBA agreement. So we are now ready, like yesterday, to get into action for the new CBA 2025-2029. The implementation of the CBA had two benefits, and I must be very clear about this. First, the remuneration package, and then two, room to negotiate the new CBA. My team of Kenya National Union of Teachers has already presented a memorandum of proposals to Teacher Service Commission, and we are waiting for the Teacher Service Commission counter offer on the new CBA so that we scale the ladder towards a new CBA altogether. Other issues that I must confirm have been addressed is the third-party deductions. In this meeting, all teachers accepted that their contributions to SACCOs, the repayment of SACCO loans, the repayment of bank loans have been remitted by Teacher Service Commission to the various organizations. So there's no question about it. On the issue of remittance for medical cover, which is comprehensive, no single teacher has failed to access treatment from a total of 832 service providers across the country. KNUT has 110 branches. And all secretaries are confirming that treatment by facilities contracted by Ion Minutes is ongoing. So there's no trouble. I said, and I want to repeat, Kenya National Union of Teachers presented over 20,000 teachers were stagnated in various job groups. And we formed a technical committee, the Teacher Service Commission. And this is one issue that we are addressing with Teacher Service Commission. If anything, most of these issues were very administrative. And I cannot sit back and say that I'm not able to address an administrative issue with the employer. Exactly that is what is happening. So my teachers also accepted that the decision that we took as Kenya National Union of Teachers to withdraw the strike notice. Remember, we only withdrew the strike notice as we were waiting for action from Teacher Service Commission. This position that we took has been accepted by all members. And so to confirm, the whole meeting, teachers numbering over 400, 500, accepted that Kenya National Union of Teachers took the best position for the benefit of the membership, the teaching fraternity, and the Kenya National Union of Teachers. Thank you. That one of the issues that we raised was on behalf of the 46,000 intern teachers. We demanded for their conversion to permanent and pensionable terms. This issue was a bit delicate. As we were moving forward with these teachers, at the back of our minds, we knew too well that this was already an injured group, a group that had letters of show cause why from the employer, a group that the employer even cancelled their contract at one time, a group that the employer had invited for disciplinary action, and they had their cases, a group that the employer had sent warnings. So it was very delicate to have this group on board, but lucky enough, the Minister of Education made a pronouncement. The same pronouncement was made by the chairman of the Budget and Appropriation Committee in Parliament, Dindi Nyoro, that 18.7 billion had been allocated to turn these teachers round into permanent and pensionable terms. by January 2025. To confirm this, and our sub-county directors have all this time round been issuing the same lot of intern teachers with letters to renew their contract for only 4 months, because they want to make sure that this group is employed on permanent and pensionable terms by the month of January next year. So we are focused into having this group as permanent and pensionable in the next 4 months. So we are really focused to see that the government does not change goalposts. Remember one time, the Minister for Finance at Treasury did say that there's no money. Then when this actually built a lot of pressure from us, the chairman of the Budget and Appropriation Committee, Ndindi Nyoro, confirmed that there was money for this. Then on the other side, Teacher Service Commission is also confirming the renewal of their contract for 4 months. We want the government to employ this group. And the indication that they're going to be employed is very obvious and can be seen. So we catered for them, we continue speaking about them, and we want to follow up the fact that they are turned into permanent and pensionable terms. Yes. Because alongside what is there, allocation for the same has been provided from the pronouncement that I've actually mentioned from the same very important entities in this country. Thank you. The National Union of Teachers is a firm union and very focused. What one may think about a weakness is neither here nor there. We are an experienced union. We have been in this union over time. Sure. And we have a lot of experience in the leadership of teachers in matters trade union.
Yes. Exactly.
So when one thinks that maybe we are coerced to do anything, that is nothing at all. I think it is very nonsensical to think that we were lured into anything. The position of this union can be seen by the way we work around things. What we cannot do as a union is to play populist.
Exactly.
Yes. You'd rather stop being popular, but do the right thing.
Sure. Yes.
I think Kenya National Union of Teachers did the right thing, and it is seen. We are not interested in being popular at all, for no apparent reason. And I want to repeat here, you can be popular doing a wrong thing, but you will be appreciated doing the right thing. Our experience in the leadership of this union is drawn back to those ages of Ambrose Adongo Adea. And we are students, we are not young in this game. We are students of Ambrose Adongo Adea. And we must follow exactly the footsteps of Ambrose Adongo Adea and the other secretary generals we have seen to be very successful. Because, one, you must know what you achieve so that you retreat. It is based on what you achieve that causes your retreat. And it must be a very calculated retreat, or else burn your fingers. Thank you.